Hello you! How are we doing, folks? It's Sunday night again, and it's Colin Baker's turn for some listening delights with Nicola Bryant and a new incarnation of the Rani in the Rani Elite. We have some sinister goings on at a galactic university known as the Cage. We have students going for certain testing and not coming out as they once were. And we have some mind-blowing experiments that would seem unethical at best. What did we think about this tale? Well, you're about to find out. Before we get to that, let's get to this. It's your panel for this evening. Joining us from the inner sanctum of his own bedroom, how are you doing, Jake?
I'm doing fine. Welcome to my dominion.
There you go. All the way from noisy Tottenham, because his neighbour's a bastard, it's Philip. How are you doing, Phil?
Good evening, Graham. Nice to see everybody as well. Hi.
Good to see you, mate. On this fine Sunday from Mass, it's Sue. How are you doing, Sue?
Wonderful, thanks, Graham.
Good to see you. All the way from Turkey Co and joining us Sunday off Texas Timber. Timber, how goes it, man?
It was the man in the green coat.
There you go. And all the way from NYC, Mr. Juan Medina. Well, how's it going, boss?
Hey now, Preacher returns tonight.
Indeed, we're looking forward to that. Yes, Uncle Jesse and Cassidy and co. So, guys, the the Rani Elite. I really enjoyed this one. Siobhan Redmond pulled off a good incarnation of the Rani for me. Interesting take. Maybe picking up where the late great Kate O'Mara left off. So let's get into this. Opening thoughts. The Rani Elite. Philip, opening thoughts, mate. The Rani Elite. Nicola Bryant, Colin Baker, and Siobhan Redmond.
I kind of like this one for the fact that it was kind of an easy, straightforward story.
And we all know you love those.
Yes, I prefer those two over the tunnel wire bullshit that we get sometimes. But yeah, in regards to the new version of the Rani, Siobhan Redmond, is it Redmond? Yeah.
Yep.
She does a good job, but I kind of get a bit hacked off with the Scottish accent that you hear.
Oh, fuck you, Phil. Leave the room now.
Because it kind of doesn't lend any kind of menacing type of tone. You understand? It's
she's like ginger tea. That's not going to help her. So it's bitch, but
exactly,
you know.
that's even worse.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But I do like it for the fact that her character, her Rani, is a lot more no nonsense type. She'll go a whole hog. Like, for example, when she goes shoot the pair of them, and you're just like, what the fuck? And you know, they get shot, and then you realise afterwards that it's only just like,
yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
But otherwise, it's a good story in itself. I mean, the treatment of, what's her name? Wizzo, that was nicely done. And the fact that you realise that her head has been messed with. And the fact that the story centers around people who want to live in is it young bodies?
Older people want to live in younger bodies, yeah. Older minds, younger bodies.
Yeah. So but I couldn't quite understand the Rani's overall plot reasons for her that. But
She wanted to basically the network thing she had. This was basically based on I think it was a discarded script called Network.
Yeah. Was it sort of like the kind of thing that she did with Time of Rani with that giant brain thing?
To a degree, but there's more to it than that. We'll get to that as we go on here, mate.
All right, but anyway, it's a good story. I kind of enjoyed it, and I urge anybody else to go out there and get it.
All right, mate. Fine. Timbo, how was this one for you, mate? What do you reckon?
I thought it was good. I listened to this whenever it came out a couple of years ago and thought it was kind of okay, but I actually enjoyed it more the second time around for some reason. I thought she was great as the new Rani, Siobhan Redmond.
Yep.
I don't mind the accent. I thought that the story was good, but I think the end of it was kind of sloppy because you just get to the part at the end where the doctor just walks into the room and explains everything that's just happened over like the last 5 minutes or something.
Yeah.
All stuff. In other words, I think that could have been done better. Other than that, though, the story is very good and it's very compelling. I think that I mentioned this last night, but I think at this point, Sixie and Peri are really an excellent comedy duo. I mean, and if it's written well, they get to bounce off of each other in a really funny way. I think that's what I like most about it is the comedy aspect.
Okay.
But it was a lot of fun.
Excellent. Sue, what are your thoughts?
Well, I enjoy the Rani and Siobhan's voice and Siobhan's personality. She's got a great thing, and the mind holder reminds me of Shada, and the heavens. No, wait, the one with the one with Missy as anyway.
Death in Heaven.
Death in Heaven, yes, and also like Time in the Rani. It is an interesting story idea.
Okay.
So yeah, good job. And
All right.
Peri and big ups to Peri. She really ruled.
We always say big ups to Peri. Just saying. Well, what do you reckon, Matt? What are the
Big
thoughts?
cups.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Well,
like Texas said, this is the second time me hearing it, and I understood it more better. Especially finding out that the Rani, she wanted this shenanigan, she wanted those minds for her chaos theory. That's what she wanted that
She
for.
wants to reverse engineer the theory.
Yeah. And then of course her putting the older minds into the younger bodies, and of course the doctor figuring out that it wasn't working, that they're going to end up being old again. And of course the big shock was the head school guy ended up getting another. They cured his headache really quick in that one. In the end of that chapter, I was like, oh, shocked that that went off like that. But you got to give Peri credit, because she remember she's playing Peri there, and then later on she's playing Peri possessed by another mind.
The Countess.
That's the Countess. So that's pretty cool to hear that. And just like when you hear Lizzo in the beginning, you see her all scared like that, and then when her mind is switched, she has such an attitude like that. And luckily in the end, everything went back to normal for her like that. But it was pretty good to see the characters playing the same person. They how they had to, how they different.
Different interpretations.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You gotta give them props on that. I gotta give props to the Rani, because this is the first time we hear her in it, and her accent doesn't bother me, considering I have one myself like that, so it's all right. Listen to the reading from afterwards, but that it's unusual that we won't find out to her next appearance that she's gonna be locked up for 97 years, man.
There you go.
She's gonna be very upset when she comes out. So you gotta that's really bugged out about that. And of course, how upset she got when the doctor called her a nickname that he gave her in school like that. That's pretty funny. So you gotta give her props from that.
All right, man. Yeah, that's a good point, Mo, with regards to the guest cast playing basically dual roles in this thing, also including Nicola Bryant. So yeah, Jake, open first for you, mate. What do you reckon?
There we go. I went this story really looking forward to it, and I was met with quite an average, bog standard story for me. This way, I agree with exactly what Phil said about the Rani. She left no impact on me whatsoever in this story. It was a good
You're in
story.
for a treatment with the next one.
I didn't hate it, but it was nothing original to me. I've heard it before, I've seen it before, and it just didn't really stick out to me, but it was still an enjoyable little listen. Like a filler, like if you want to listen to a 60s story, listen to this, but if you want a really good one, listen to another. But I would recommend it, but it's not the best Sixth Doctor story, like other ones that are released earlier or later. But yeah, I like the nod to Decker, like mentioned Mortimer, who's the monk and stuff, like when they were kids. I like that little scene because it gave her more character. Because that's one thing about the Rani, she's one-time lady that we haven't really got much information about her, if that makes sense, because we've only had Mark of the Rani, Time in the Rani, this audio, Planet of the Rani, and all the little books, but it still hasn't builded her up enough for me, like Kate O'Mara did, for me to appreciate her as a villain. And that's why I agree with what Phil said about her. And I do think the ending was a bit, throw it in there we go. It wasn't the best ending to a pretty average story, to be honest. That's my thought.
All right, well, there you go. You can't please everyone, folks, and Jake's in the camp this week, even though he still enjoyed it, so what can you say? Me, yeah, I did enjoy it. I mean, it's a simplistic plot if you think about it. It's not too difficult. Even Phil understood it, so that shows how simplistic it was. It's...
You gotta get credit to the writer then.
Yeah, credit to the writer. Yeah, as mentioned, this basically was adapted for an abandoned story for I believe it was supposed to be season 28. How they had this penciled in for season 28 when 27 never happened is beyond me. But there you go. The leads as ever were brand new, not a problem. Colin Baker at his pompous, self-sanctimonious best in this, you know, always loving the use of the English language and, you know, after
that's
me.
Funny. That's funny how the end, they just cut it off in the middle of his big speech. It just ends.
He was getting his doctorate, yeah. There you go. Yeah, by the end of the story, both of them get a doctorate. She gets one in botany and he gets one for what he actually showed up
humanitarian.
Yeah, exactly. Philosophy, wasn't it? More some type of philosophy, I believe it was.
Moral philosophy.
Oh, there you go. Moral philosophy. The guest cast, you cannot grumble. Lizzo, played by Will.
Lizzo was Becky Wright.
Becky Wright. And Reeve.
Reeve was played by Charlie Morton.
And Micklip.
Micklip was Mike Noble.
And the ever doomed, ever age-defying administrator, or what was his name? He did at university.
Oh, the Chancellor.
The Chancellor.
Andrew Bone.
That's your guest cast, and it's well alluded to. They did a bang-up job playing dual aspects of two different characters. So good stuff all around for me, folks. I enjoyed this. No for great, but I enjoyed it. Right, guys. Any events or characters that stood out for you? Philip?
Sorry, distraction. Best parts for me in that whole story. Do you know what? I kind of like the fact that her laboratory room it's like a maze kind of thing. It changes its walls every now and then. And
there was a term used for that. What was it?
I can't remember.
Magnetic something.
Yeah.
You're right. I like that part of it. And
Magna construct.
There you go.
Magna construct. Thank you, Wikipedia. And
Hashtag Google is your friend, folks.
Yeah. And what else got through? Do you know what? Can I say this now? Planet of the Rani is a lot better than Rani Elite.
We'll get to that. Don't worry. You can tell us how good that is next time we get to sexy.
I will do. But for now, anything that stood out? I just think Siobhan Redmond did stand out as a Rani. She was quite a force to be reckoned with. As I said before, she took no nonsense. And I like the way she worked. Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you that, yeah. For the incarnation after Kate O'Mara, it's different. Timbo, what's done it for you?
Well, I like the idea that at the ending, the villains or the cohorts that she had, you know, the people who had taken over the younger bodies.
Flipped. Yeah.
Yeah, they decided that, you know what, this isn't really right, and we don't need to. We've had our time and whatnot, so we're just gonna give them back. And I thought that was a pretty good way to end it because, I mean, in other words, it could have just been that I don't know how the Doctor was gonna get Peri back anyway. So I mean, I guess that was a good thing for them to do.
Yeah. Peri seems to have a knack for getting put on operating table.
Also, they did a good job of putting you in her mind. Because I think this trilogy was all about her return to the Doctor.
It was,
for so many years.
It was the Widow's Assassin, this one.
And so in her mind,
this is the last of the trilogy because the one before it was the one with the Daleks.
Yeah. So her way of thinking, though, she's already been through this, and she's very upset when it starts to happen again. Like, she's very mad at the Doctor. You promised this would not happen again. So I thought they played that pretty well.
There you go.
Yeah, I agree with that. That was a good point.
Yeah. Okay, cool, mate. Well, let's stand up for you, mate.
Well, what was unusual was how Rizzo running away and running to the Doctor, and of course her having a headache out of it, that they went to that little room that had the sink that caused the leak, that caused the water to be flooded at the end of the story.
There you go, yeah.
So that's pretty funny. That stood out right there. Also, how even though it's mentioned, it is not used, or we don't hear no sound effects of the Ronnie's TARDIS.
Yeah.
So it's there, but we haven't heard from it or nothing like that. So hopefully,
was that the wardrobe the Doctor mentions earlier on in the story, and it's locked.
Could have been.
Well, if that's the case, you wouldn't recognise it as being her TARDIS, as we've seen it before in time of Mark and Rani.
So that may have been just a throwaway line, Philip.
Yeah, fair enough. It's just yeah.
And that's well.
No, go on, Will. Continue.
Yeah, I give them what they can't, and I'm starting to forget.
Have a beer. Take a drink.
Well, you make a good point, William, about that them setting something up and then it ends up being part of the story later. They did that too with the device that Peri was recording on in the first episode.
Oh, the cube.
Yeah, the cube.
Yeah, they used that later so that the
one who possessed her.
Yeah, so she realizes, hey, this is a real person with a real future.
The recording on the cube essentially gave the Countess some moral compass.
That's a bit of a, but this is digital, right? So I don't know why they have the noise of it rewinding, that kind of thing. It shouldn't do that.
Again, the sound editor, if AJ would hear, the sound editor must be fired. Yeah, there you go.
Maybe she was hitting play and rewind at the same time. That's why you hear that noise.
Get him. All right.
So
You got it now?
Well, the only thing that unusual was I remember that the Chancellor, he got shot and killed.
Yeah.
So no matter what, his mind would always be locked up in
He became the head of the network essentially.
Yeah, and then of course the one what happened to the mind of the body that possessed him?
The mind of the body.
Remember the old man that was in the Chancellor's body?
They went back into the network.
They went back into the network?
He kept the network together.
No, that's the Chancellor. I'm talking about the person that was in the Chancellor's mind. The rich old guy that was in there.
Bloody question. Last time when the body died, he just died.
Yeah, because he got shot in the head. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Kill me. Sue, let's stand it for you.
Well, let me give great kudos to Nicola Bryant for a wonderful performance. I was really amazed that she kept her accent when she was the other person, and when she was doing the recording, it was very sensitive. It was amazing, and she rightly deserved her degree in botany for what was stored in her head. So I'm glad that they were able to, honor Peri and stuff in the university.
All right. Good stuff. Jake, anything stuck out, even though it wasn't your favourite?
I liked the cliffhanger to episode 1.
Oh, the Rani reveal. Okay, yeah.
But then, for me, the next 3 cliffhangers...
Didn't the cover give that away? Sorry.
Just a wee bit, yeah. I don't know why they did. Yeah, there you go.
The next 3 parts had no punch to me. Yeah.
Right.
Really?
Well, the second one when they got shot.
They're getting shot.
They're getting shot like, whoa.
That scene could have been played out so more tensely, and that's why it didn't sink out in for me. So, the Doctor's got shot, but he's going to be all right because it's the Doctor.
No, but it just come out of nowhere. It was like, shoot them. Matter of factly, I thought, oh my God.
It was a bluff, really, because you didn't know whether it was a tranquilizer or no, so...
I like the relationship between the Doctor and the Rani in this story. I really enjoyed that. It's quite standout. That's my favourite moments.
Okay, fair dues. And a few of my favourites have already been discussed with the cube and the whole sink pogging called the plumber incident. But Siobhan Redmond, yeah, as Phil alluded to, a tad more ruthless than Kate O'Mara's incarnation. Shot that poor bloke stone dead. Didn't even think twice about it. So a tad more cold and calculated. But then again, growing up in the streets of Glasgow, I probably did that to you. So what can I say?
Well, she was waiting for the one with the hat and the little umbrella to show up.
Yeah, and that was another point. Yeah, she kept trying to drop punch, and Colin Baker wasn't having it.
Yeah.
And he also alludes to the fact at the end when she's screaming when she's locked up, you don't know yet, but I'm going to kill you. And then inadvertently she does come the brink of death / time in the Rani. So there's a little bit of foreshadowing.
Yes, you're right. I forgot about that.
It's already happened for her as Kate O'Mara, so
Yeah.
go figure. Right, guys. Open mic portion of the cast, and that's why I bring up before we get us waiting in the can.
Well, I like to see besides this, since it's a new Ronnie, I'd like to see her meet the 7th and maybe 8th Doctor, because since they're like, Texas mentioned many times, they jump around so many times in time, you don't know who they're going to run into. So that'll be interesting. And whether it's either going to be put in the story or maybe just somebody talking about it, how why she regenerated to the way she is now. What was the reason?
Is she?
We're technically still... Hang on.
Go on.
We're technically still waiting on an explanation from McQueen Jacoby, so you might be waiting for a while on that.
And technically, she might be before Kate O'Mara.
That was my question. Where is she in the timeline of the Ronnie? Is she before Mara or after Mara?
Well,
She's after.
But the way the way she says it,
Kate O'Mara is before her.
She's
one at a time.
Go ahead.
On you go.
Okay. She made a point of saying that Kate O'Mara sort of passed the torch onto her.
That was the behind the scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I mean, like.
But that still doesn't explain whether she's before or after.
Is after because she already mentioned the 7th Doctor.
Okay, and
Yeah, but this is a story about time travel. I mean, Kate O'Mara could meet. They both time travel, so she could have met him.
I think for the benefit.
In other words, the stories are not in order.
I know how the question that Phil's asking. I think for the benefit, Big Finn is going to make it that she's after the Kate O'Mara.
okay,
They don't need to. Who cares? I mean, some things don't need to be answered. I just think it's fine the way it is.
Wait, hang on. I'm going to settle this. Based on the dialogue, she's after. Whether you want to accept that, then your own interpretation.
That's fine. Yeah.
She'd be great with the 10th Doctor too. I mean,
Where the hell did that come from?
I'm surprised though. I mean,
just because she's so
Scottish?
she's so in your
I
face.
know. What is it with all these Time Lords being Scottish? What's wrong with them?
why are you such a grumpy neighbor?
No, that's the guy next door. No, shut up.
No, but I mean, Scotland's like right next door to you.
Yeah, what the hell?
Why do you think we got a wall? Why do you think we got a wall between them and us?
That was years ago, and that was the Romans, Phil. That was
You had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
You don't run the planet anymore either, Phil.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Get
I'm
a sword
surprised.
and stab Graham.
Right, anyhow, back to the task at hand here.
I wonder why they haven't done more stories with her at this point. Because when was this from? This was from
24. No.
14 or 15.
2015 was it?
It's been a fair while. I know that.
So they've done 2 so far. I just think that'd be something.
This one came out December of 2014.
Okay,
Right. So there
When was the last one?
The Planet of Ronnie. When did that come out?
about a year later, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Maybe
roughly.
2.
The Planet of Ronnie came out like a year later.
Well, it's no rights issue because they've secured the rights to the character, so I don't know why they're not using it yet. Maybe they're just new stories.
Maybe she's busy.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe.
Or they could even conceivably create a new one after her. Or
I
Well,
wouldn't
it's
really
simple
go,
as
yeah,
that.
she's
They're
good.
just, if it was as simple as that, they've just done another story and recast. There must be some reason why there's no, you know.
This because since this one already knows about the 7th Doctor, like that, it'd be interesting. I doubt if they're gonna when she could appear. She could either appear maybe in the story of Gallifrey during the Time War, or again the 8th Doctor stories in the Time War. Because since there's a lot of characters that we don't know what's going on with.
Or maybe there's a war Ronnie.
Oh, that'd be
Hey,
funny.
we're already in the Doctor Master. Don't get them started, man.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
But they would use her for biological weapons, wouldn't they, in the Time War?
She's a renegade variant. She just basically shuns them as well, like the other two. They don't give her that. You know, it's like
We don't know. Maybe she'll turn up in these 8th Doctor Time War sets.
Yeah, well,
at some point.
3 or 4 then. She's not 2, but yeah. Who knows? Right, guys, anything else?
No, done.
No? Then, noise your neighbours aside, I guess it's that time again.
Yeah.
It's summertime for the kids to be like our president, have no class.
They say they say you shouldn't get political, but in today's day and age, I digress. Right, guys. The Rani Elite. Colin Baker, Nicola Bryant, and Siobhan Redman. All right, Jake, be kind. What do you guys out of 10, mate?
I'm going to give the Rani Elite an 8.
For somebody who didn't like the story, you got quite a high back.
I know.
There.
I was going to say that.
I was gonna give it a 7.5, but I thought I'd be nice to it.
Isn't that nice of you? Okay, one palm again there for Jake. Timbo, what do you reckon, mate?
I'll give it a 9. My only problem with it was I think the writing was kind of sloppy at the end, but
yeah,
you can't. They're not all going to be perfect, and I think that other bits made up for it, so I enjoyed it.
Okay, cool. Sue, what say you?
I'll give it a 9 out of 10, just like Timbo, because of Nicola Bryant and because of Siobhan. I'm liking Siobhan.
All right, cool. All right, Phil.
I'm going to give it an 8.5. I mean, it's a good story, but I still say that the foreign sequel is heads and toes above it.
Alrighty, we'll get to that eventually. Well, what's the number from MY?
I'm gonna also give it an 8.5, and I besides the next story that she's gonna appear on, I wish the Big Finish would bring back the Rani and other stories and meet the other doctors.
Well, get on that night, Briggs, you lazy bastard. And for me, I'll get an 8.5 as well. We'll make that 3 and 8.5 range this evening. Good, decent tale, and a good introduction to a new incarnation of the Rani. So it might be for you. It might not be. Go listen and find out, folks. And with that, done, dusted, and finito, and in the can for the evening. Just leave just to divulge what we will be tackling next week as our buddy AJ returns from his vacation with the good lady. Phil, what are we covering next week?
I don't know. I couldn't.
Oh, Father, what? Oh, God.
It was Persuasion.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we can persuade Phil to remember these titles once in a while, you know.
No, it's just
So, Sylvester McCoy and Tracy Childs are back for Seven and Klein's second trilogy, beginning with Persuasion. We'll give that a go and see if she's evolved any from the Talking Sharks and the events of Unit Dominion with Alex McQueen's master. So, Persuasion it is. We'll see how that goes next week, folks. Please check out our buddies in the wonderful wackety world of the YouTube. You've got the guys and dolls that Geeks Assemble with their movie, TV and audio reviews. You've got Dr. Freedom. Who the hell's shouting when I'm talking?
We're doing scare fires right now.
Yeah, okay, cool. We'll look forward to that. You've got Dr. Freedom and his news broadcast, his Amiga Files, and the Adventures of Dr. Freedom and Eric. Come give a watch. Johnny Boyd, Sammy Carter, Mike Shannon, everybody's online. Like, share, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. It's time to get the hell on out of here. It's Sunday night. The sun's still up, and it's time for whiskey. Enjoy Preacher when it arrives, folks, and we hope you're enjoying Luke Cage Season 2. Get some to yourself and each other. We're out of here. Take it easy.